All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Loan Officer Breakfast Club. I think it's Tuesday. Kristen, fact check me.
You're good.
I'm good. Tuesday, August 5th, my friends, and we are ready to rock and roll right about now. All right, who do we got in the house? Steve Kyle's made it today. That's pretty cool. Always good to have him hanging around. Jim, okay, Jim, I'm going to say it Tines or Tins? Tines? Did I get it right the first time? All right, I got it right the first time. Good Tines is in the house, everybody. It's good news. Carl's got an epic presentation he's going to give us. And me, killer, him and Chris Johnson.
The best ever. The best ever.
The best ever.
The best ever.
They're going to help us with speed to lead, extreme speed to lead, my friends. I like the sound of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So important too. I'm not going to spoil anything here. We'll let the boys, get into that as we get rocking. Yesterday I talked about kind of going over a little bit of industry news here in the first thing in the morning. So let's just get to that real quick here. I'm going to actually stop the music because it's going to stop anyway. There is a story that was out in yesterday's news that I found to be kind of interesting. Let's see here. Here we go. And so Jen, does it work? Did it work? Are we looking at the news page?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is yesterday's. Of course, guys, as a reminder, just loanofficerbreakfastclub.com in the news. If you want to share a particular article, you just click on the title of that article, and then that link will be the shareable link for the title or for that particular news story. Yesterday, of course, we talked about the trigger leads. Owen came on and talked about that, and that's wonderful. It passed. Yay, right? Got about 6 months before it kicks in, but man, it's on its way. That's super cool. And of course, if you didn't hear, Trump fired the chief of the BLS, right? And there's a Fed governor that is stepped away as well. So now he gets to replace a Fed governor and the BLS chief. Naturally, any president would probably put people in place that are that are like-minded, right? So this could have some impact on rates and the Fed and all that kind of stuff. We'll wait and see. As a reminder, the link to the full stories are right here. You can just link over to the full story to get more detail. These are what I put together as little just snippets, just give you the brief highlights so you can just kind of take in the information, move on. But here's the thing that was interesting to me. I didn't even know about this, the Road to Housing Act of 2025. Have you heard of that, Kevin? Did you hear about that? No. Did you, Steve, hear about the Road to Housing Act of 2025?
No, tell me about it. What is it?
Yeah, so I didn't hear about it either. When we get done sharing here, Jen's going to put there's a synopsis of it in a PDF form of kind of everything that they're trying to do. It is, getting some legs. It is bipartisan, so they got some stuff in there. But the thing that stood out to me about it, and this is what I'd like to know what you guys think in the chat when I stop sharing the screen, or you can put it in the chat now. I can't see it, but you will. But there's a piece in it about this part right here. Key elements include zoning reform, and then this incentives for modular and manufactured housing. Incentives for that. And I'm curious because I see it all the time out here. Sometimes it might be more affordable. The whole point of this act is to make things more affordable. That's the point of this thing, right? But sometimes it might be more affordable, if I could easily, without too much red tape, get a lot and have a manufactured home built on there. You know what I mean? But it becomes difficult. The financing on that stuff has always been challenging on manufactured homes. We all know that, right? So if they could find a way to loosen that up a little bit, make it more accessible by traditional financing, you know what I mean? I think that would be a good thing. So that's the thing that I'm curious about in the chat. What you guys think about manufactured homes, what your experience has been with that, and what you think about making that process a little bit easier. I think that's a good thing to talk about. Of course, we have our loan officer perspective. We have our real estate agent perspective. So you can easily share this with real estate agents as well. But I also started introducing this home buyer and seller perspective. If you share this just on your social and a prospective home buyer seller watches it, there's always going to be the call to action. Hey, if you got some questions, just ask consult with the lending or real estate professional that shared this with you. So, it's on your Facebook. There's a question, maybe they engage with you about, something that's in the news. Then my own personal thoughts on things, that sort of thing. But yeah, this Road to Housing Act of 2025, interesting. Jen's going to go ahead and plop that into the chat. There's a PDF that you can check out. And so that's kind of the quick brief news update. I'm curious what people had to say about manufactured, or do they say nothing? Is there nothing about it? Okay, well, good enough. I guess that's
Shipping
just something.
container Jenga homes coming to you soon.
It's a good one. Container homes. Those are a big deal. A lot
Yeah.
of people want to do that, and if they could make that process, if they could help in that regard, making things like that more accessible, easier to get done, that would be. I think that would help a lot of people be able to get into some housing. I mean, that's just my thoughts on it. Brad, what's your thoughts?
Well, some time ago, I was doing a whole community that had manufactured housing, and the reason that I've often found that it's been difficult is because when they're in a park, they have lot rent, and many Freddie and Fannie used to believe that many of the people who owned homes in parks were more likely to fail. They were more
Mm,
likely to go into foreclosure. So they didn't want to do homes in parks because of the possibility that they would fail.
mm,
And so that seemed to me to be the thing that was always so difficult about doing manufactured homes.
yeah.
That, and of course, they've got to have the wheels removed because the collateral could be driven away.
Right. Yeah. But even
So
if they do in parks, even if you're on a foundation in a park and they're paying some space rent, it becomes problematic for
right.
financing. If they could
No, but
fix
that
that,
was the reason why, was because they consider them, that nature of that client, of that borrower, to
yeah,
be a more
flight
troublesome
risk.
borrower. Yes.
Yeah, a
A
flight
good
risk.
one, a
Yeah.
flight risk.
Thanks, Brad. Appreciate it. Sharon, what's your thoughts? And we'll get moving on.
I mean, the manufactured home, I think that's good. I'm looking forward to some easing up. I'm in rural North Georgia. I do manufactured homes all the time. But I raised my hand because I just wanted to tell you thank you for the information that was on that website. I used it to prepare for a presentation that I'm on my way to do this morning. So, and it was nice to have, the real estate agent's perspective and, kind of what you need to know. So that's how I'm going to end it up. So I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Great. Thank you. Good stuff.
Yeah,
I'm
wait for
glad
this,
you could
Sharon.
use
And
it.
I didn't even know about that website until yesterday. I don't know what I've done, how I've missed that.
Well, we haven't been so good about letting people know, but now we are. So we're gonna make this a kind of a continuing thing, and I'm gonna try and get it to where we can, if you can actually subscribe to the news post, so it's just the news post. So when it's published, it'll show up. You've got it. You can make use of it however you want to make use
Hey,
of it.
Steve.
Yeah.
Of course, she grabbed that information, is now on her way to teach the class.
Yeah, I know it. I
Like
know it.
15 minutes later.
Speed to lead, speed to implement.
Of course,
That's right.
That's it, man. Great
Mm.
job, Sharon.
There you go. There you go. All right. So people are asking about the site. We'll get the link put in for you down there. It's just loanofficerbreakfastclub.com. That's the site. And on the top, it says in the news. You just click on in the news. So there you go.
And it's available for just a very small nominal monthly.
Yeah, but the Frank's Thoughts portion is free.
Yes, of course it is. And it's
Just
not
kidding,
advised to give it much weight. If you're getting value from this already, go ahead and tap that like button. It helps more loan officers find content that actually makes a difference. And hey, if staying ahead of the market and learning what's really working in our industry matters to you, hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so you don't miss another episode. We read every comment, so drop your thoughts down below. We'd love to hear from you and know what's working or what you'd like us to cover next. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you here next time. All right. Okay. Well, Carl, my friend, what's the big deal? Tell us.
Why do I have to be so fast?
Yeah. So here's the thing. You're talking about making houses more affordable. The good news for everybody on this call is we can make our own personal houses extremely affordable. Frankly, just by our actions, right? The actions that we take dictate where we live and how affordable that house is. And what I literally think of this literally daily, of how blessed, fortunate, whatever your belief system is, to have stumbled upon, and most of us did stumble upon this industry, that we literally write our own paycheck. And we decide by taking action or lack thereof how affordable or unaffordable things are. And I've seen people buy big houses, airplanes, and I've seen people struggle making their and I've been there and seeing people struggling to make their own rent. And we just discovered that it's our actions that dictate our income, and our income dictates affordability. So just kind of keep that in mind as you're going through your day. As instead of saying, somebody taught me this years ago that really changed my perspective on things. Instead of saying I can't afford that, flip it around. How can I afford that?
Yeah.
And when we asked a different question, things change. Hey, I got a quick question. So right now, and look, there's no judgment here. Like, we're all friends and we're all sitting here helping. The idea behind this, Miss Moody, is I help you, you help me, and we both learn something from Dennis, and all three of us learn something from Rick, and all four of us learn something from Jennifer, and that's how this group works. So no judgment. If I called the biggest phone number on your business card right now, what would happen? Like, where does that go?
The
When you call that
biggest number?
the biggest phone number on your business card, I'm handed your business card, or I go to your website, or I go to your Facebook bio, or wherever that is. Right now, if I called that number this very minute, where would that go to?
So you're talking like, I'm a consumer, I'm on your whatever. What's
Yeah.
the number?
Yeah,
Where
you
does
hand me
that
your
go?
business card, and I
Got
call it. And I call it. Where does that go to? So
I see
it's-
cell phone,
Goes
cell
to your
phone,
cell
cell
phone.
phone,
Wow.
Yeah.
cell phone,
Okay.
Yeah.
directly to me.
Interesting.
Yeah.
No
Interesting.
way.
Hey, would
And
it be
then
answered?
Rick's got a good one. My cell, and I would answer unless I couldn't.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. I get
Right.
it. And again, there's no judgment here, right? So, okay. So
One AI assistant.
So one AI assistant. So far, all sell.
Pretty much.
All right. So let me ask you this. So, because I thought about this one time. So what happens if a realtor, Kristen Simpson, refers me a deal, and the real estate agent is Miss Awesome Gen Z herself? Or no, let's say Gen Z refers me to Kristen, right? So Gen Z is a real estate agent. Kristen is the borrower, or the potential borrower. So she refers me to Kristen, but I'm currently meeting with Steve.
Right.
So now Jen calls in to give me a referral. She catches my voicemail on my cell phone. So everybody's got cell phone. So which was 98%. That's what would happen. It'd go to my voicemail. Well, that causes a problem. The problem causes, if I stop my meeting with Frank, I'm disrespecting my brother. Like, I'm in a meeting with him. And so, hang on, Frank, this call is more important than you. I got to take this. Right. That is not a message you ever want to send to anybody. Frankly, particularly in my case, the lovely Mrs. White, or either one of my three kids. Right. So I don't want to disrespect them. Or if I'm having a business meeting with Frank, I don't want to disrespect him. However, when I met with Gen Z and said I have her back as her new lender, and I'm better than a current solution she had, I made her a promise. I promised her I'd be better. And so now I'm not taking her call. So I'm not meaning to, but the result is I'm disrespecting her. And frankly, I'm now a liar. And I'm not a liar, but I'm now in that hypothetical situation. I lied and disrespected Jen because I told her I had her back, and I don't. That person just went to a voicemail, and I'm not helping her like I said I would. And so it causes a real problem. And we don't mean to disrespect, right? That's not the kind of people we are, but we're inadvertently, we didn't see him in traffic. We just cut him off and almost caused a wreck. Didn't mean to, but it still happened, right? It still happened. So we have got to find a solution for that. We teased about this a little bit yesterday, and I'll share with you here.
While you're pulling that up, Carl, Joe in the comments says cell phone. I was on a mountain road and the call didn't come through, and they went with another lender.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a gut punch.
So by the way, you like this slide, the way it has the movement here?
That's
Carl,
so
I got to
good.
tell you, that's pretty cool.
Pretty cool, man. Dude,
Yeah.
last night I had a couple drinks. I was staring at this for hours, right? No, I'm just kidding. So, Joe, I think you said it was Joe. Joe, the one thing that we have found, and Chris and I were just talking about this morning, it's it's not about the opportunities that we get. That's not the big deal. We think it is, but it isn't. The big deal is the opportunities that we didn't get, that were in front of us and we didn't get. I remember two quick stories. So I remember I met this real estate agent. Actually, it was my very first closing. I'll tear up thinking about this lady. So this lady, her name is Penny Bogdanos. Big shot agent. Didn't know it. I'm brand new in the business. I'm at the closing table. I found her borrower through a system that we used to call capture. So we had these talking house signs, and they'd call to hear the information about the house. I had it on a FISBO. I got that buyer. They didn't buy that house, but they went on, they found a listing, or they found somehow they found Penny, and so I was already connected to that person. And then with a Penny, and Penny, God bless her soul, didn't try to steer to her loan officer. We ended up closing the deal. Go to that closing with Penny Bogdanos as a buyer's agent. And at that closing was another gentleman by the name of Roger Fruits, big shot agent in Tarpon Springs, Florida. After we finished the closing, Penny's kind of like, in our area, Penny's like the godfather. I was going to say godmother, but she's like the godfather or godmother of this area. Like, everybody knows Penny, everybody respects her. At the end of that closing, she literally grabs my shirt, Steve, and she said, come here. And she walks me over to Roger Fruits. Roger, this is the best loan officer. Worked with her one time, right? Roger, best loan officer I ever worked with. If you don't refer him your next buyer, I'll never sell you one of my houses. I'll never show one of your listings again. And he goes, and this was a grown man, right? This was not a young kid. And Roger Fruits is incredibly well established in our area, right? So these are two big gun agents just by chance. If you don't use this guy, I'll never show you one of your listings, and I'll never sell you one of my houses. I'll never take one of your offers. And Roger just kind of smiled at him. Point taken. Carl, let's talk. And she looked at Roger, said, "Thank you." I cannot tell you how many, literally hundreds and hundreds of closings I got from that. Because now I'm working with those two. Roger started referring me to people. It was like, I don't even know how that happened. I don't even know why that happened, but it happened. Had I not made that one phone call to that one lead, which was a cold lead, right? Had I not made that one phone call, I'd have never met Penny. I'd have never met Roger. And you know what? I might have tapped out my third month in the business because I had nothing going. I don't know what would have happened, but I know that was a big thing. One more time, I followed up on a lead. They were going with a builder. I met with a builder. Come to find out, it was a real estate agent. The real estate agent worked in the model home. Come to find out that real estate agent in the model home, her mother was a hot shot with the credit union, one of the credit unions in town. That's a credit union for 7 hospitals in our area. Between those two, between that builder home, which we closed hundreds of loans for that builder then, and then the mother who worked at the credit union, hundreds and hundreds of closings. We're talking about millions of dollars of production that all stem from those two initial conversations. The model home realtor, separate situation, and Penny Bogdanos. And if I'd have missed any one of those two calls, it would have literally been millions of dollars of revenue to Carl and the lovely Mrs. White. And so it's not the opportunities we make, it's the opportunities we miss. I want you to just really start thinking about that every time you miss something, it's like, oh, it's just one lead. Oh, I got 15 names here. Now, the other 35 didn't amount to anything.
Right.
But those two, using air quotes here, random, changed. We literally might not be on this call today, like literally. And so I want you to keep that in mind as we're looking at this stuff, is that you cannot discount even just one, because you don't know what that one is. All right. So here's a couple facts here just real quick. So, and let me move my picture over here so I can see it a little better. There we go. So 79% of borrowers, like we went over this yesterday, I think, 79% of borrowers close with the first loan officer they speak to. By the way, all these stats I'm showing you came from, and I'll cite the source here at the end, is a study done by MIT. I think everybody's heard of MIT. So MIT did this study, and that's where I pulled this information from. So this study also said contacting a lead within 5 minutes Check this out, Steve. Makes you 21 times more likely to convert.
Wow. Yeah.
An astronomical number.
That's huge.
Waiting even 30 minutes cuts your odds in half. After an hour, according to the study, it was almost the same as cold calling.
Wow.
I'm just going to tell you, I've been so guilty of waiting an hour before calling a lead, right? I mean, I just have, right? The number one leak in your sales funnel, listen to this. The number one leak in your sales funnel is delayed response time.
That's
The
right.
number one thing you can build business right now is not for rates to drop. It's not any of that stuff. It's simply shorten that response time of your contacting people. That's the number one thing you can do for your business right now, because nothing else that I know comes even close to the 79%. Nothing. They called it the golden 5-minute window. Get this. This is crazy numbers. Calling within 60 seconds, they saw a boost in conversions, not just contacts, but conversions by 391%.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
Unbelievable numbers. After 5 minutes, get this, after 5 minutes, conversion chances dropped by 80%.
Yeah.
It's a huge number. It also reported less than 7% of companies respond within 5 minutes. Less than 7%, right? Companies are 27 times more likely to reach somebody. So, hey, I get this lead and I call and they're not answering and this is a bad lead. We waited too long. Right? And I said me too. We waited too long. 27 more times at least to talk to them, to make my offer, to see if I can help them, to see if we're a match. I have a 27% more likely chance of just getting a hello when contacted within 5 minutes versus even just 1 hour. Get this. Less than 7% of companies respond within 5 minutes, much less the 1 hour. Get this. 55% take 5 days or more. 55%. This is huge. Huge.
Wow.
The average lead response time, according to the study, is 47 hours.
Wow.
That's like 2 days of time. And we look at it and we go, how could that be? Hey, let's just be honest here. How many of us, let's be honest, how many of us sometimes we get a list or maybe an open house list or somebody leaves us a voicemail or something, just being honest. How many of us are guilty of, hey, it's Thursday and Frank, I was busy. I was putting out fires. I called him on Monday.
Right.
Me too, Stephen. Me too. Right. All right. So now let's talk about some solutions here. So solution number one, I think a reason, Chris, that a lot of people are hesitant to call this lead right away is there's that there's that fear of call reluctance, which our good friend and mentor, Kevin Gillespie, is in the middle of a class right now on just this topic of call reluctance. And you go, well, wait a minute, how do I have call reluctance on a lead, on a referral? We do.
Yep. Oh, 100%.
Yeah. And so one thing that I think is so important, and again, Kevin helps with this too in his class of crushing call reluctance, have ready to go scripts by lead type. And I used to be one of these people. If you think, well, I don't need scripts, they sounded funny. If your scripts sound funny, you don't have a good script.
That's right.
Steve has this thing that I've learned greatly from. It's called same way every time. You find one way that works and you do that again and again and again. You split test it. You go, hey, on the next 10 calls, I'm going to say this instead to see if I get a better, right? And then you go, yes, it did. Awesome. My new script is this. No, it didn't. Go back to my old one. You've got to be scripted. And if you're scripted well, it sounds like a conversation, right?
Yeah.
Number two,
what you want.
That's right. Number two, if you're on a call and you get somebody calling you, you see an incoming call. One thing that you can do that helps, like they're hitting your voicemail, is to have an automated text that goes out. Hey, this is Carl. Just got your message. Giving you a quick ring in 5. Here's the thing: if you say giving you a quick ring in 5, it can't be 7. It's got to be 5. So that's kind of we'll call that a bubblegum patch on a flat tire, right? It might get you a mile, but it's still a lot of missed opportunities. A lead backup buddy. I've done this one in the past where say like say Frank, you and I, we're buddies. Maybe likely we work for the same company. Likely we work in the same office perhaps. and like, hey, Frank, I'm taking Thursday afternoon. I'm going to forward my phone to you. You do it to me. And so, and I've seen that, and that works out well, especially when you're working with people with integrity, which hopefully we all are. That seems to work out back best. One thing that I would implore you to do is set a new protocol in your office or with yourself that return calls, or I'm sorry, missed calls, we have a 2 to 3 minute max before we call them back. Now, the one problem with calling them 2 to 3 minutes, you're probably going to catch their voicemail because they're likely calling the next person.
That's right.
It's just the way it works these days, right? It's just the way it works, right? Another method that I've done is what we call the football method. So I did this in my office. At the time when I did the football method, I think there was 4 of us in the office, if I remember right. And what happened is we had a cell phone. The office line would be forwarded over to this cell phone, and say Kristen, let's say it's me, you, Jen, and Chris. Just say, and I go, all right. So this weekend and this week after hours, I'm carrying. We called it the football. I'm carrying this extra cell phone, and that weekend and that evening, I need to be free, right? Now, next weekend, it maybe be Kristen. Kristen, you carry the football. In my case, what I did, these were licensed assistants in my case, and I paid them $150 for each day. So I paid, assistant Andy $150 for carrying it on Saturday and $150 carrying on Sunday. Now, if it's Andy's week and he's not available, like, oh crap, I got my kid's birthday party, then Andy's responsible to get one of the other assistants to carry it that weekend, and I'm going to pay them direct, but that's not my responsibility to find somebody. Andy, that's your weekend. You got to find somebody to cover for you. And if you don't, then you got to carry it. But everybody always has their back. So that's one way of doing it. What you got to understand is the window of interest is very short, very short. I'm going to tell you right now, they'll start Googling and call the next loan officer or call the second one that the card handed out. All those are okay-ish. All those are okay-ish. But I'm going to tell you right now, have the number on your business card, your website, your bio. Go to somebody that's going to answer your phone. That's the only solution. I'm just telling you. You've got to route it to a team member. Well, the cool thing these days is that can be somebody literally. My preference is this is a real human being. That's my preference.
Yep.
But I tell you, a very close second is, in my case, what we call Lisa. So Lisa is an AI phone system, and I'm going to do a quick demo. Hey, but let me show you something else just real quick before I show you Lisa. If you have some older leads, it was also in this study. There it is, MIT's Historic Lead Response Management Study, right? If you have older leads, like maybe I haven't called on and maybe they ghosted me or whatever, they found that Wednesdays and Thursdays between 4 and 5 p.m. local time had the highest amount of people answering the phone. I thought that was kind of interesting. So I thought, all right, well, cool. So we'll have that. So let me just do a real quick demo of Lisa. I know we're getting close to the top of the hour, but let me show you what Lisa does here. And hopefully, there's a rule in doing presentations: never do this live.
Never
Always
do it live. Let's see it.
We
Let's
call
go.
it death by demo.
That's Carl's rule, by the way.
It always goes wrong when you do it. Like, we'll try it 15 times before. It works. Do it live. Doesn't work. So let's just see what happens here. Hopefully you can hear this.
Hello,
Well, I tell you,
this is Lisa, the assistant for Jason Rusinak here at Success Mortgage Partners. How can I help you?
Hey, Lisa, this is Carl White, and you're on the Loan Officer Breakfast Club right now. We literally, don't get nervous, but we have hundreds of loan officers all across the nation listening to you right now. Describe to us how you answering the phone helps loan officers. So if I'm a loan officer and I have an AI assistant like you answering the phone, like, how do you help us or how do you help Jason?
Hi, Carl. Thanks for having me on the Loan Officer Breakfast Club. What an honor. Let me break it down for you and all the amazing loan officers listening. When I answer the phone for Jason, my main goal is to make sure every caller feels welcomed, heard, and taken care of. Here's how I help. 1, first impressions matter. I greet every caller warmly and professionally, making sure they know they've reached Jason's office and that I'm here to assist. 2, gathering key information. I ask for the caller's name, contact info, and the reason for their call. Whether they're a current client, a potential borrower, or a real estate agent, I tailor my responses to their needs. 3, streamlining the process. I handle common inquiries like scheduling appointments, sending out application links, or taking messages. This saves Jason time and ensures no opportunity slips through the cracks. 4, encouraging next steps. If someone's interested in a loan or has questions about the process, I motivate them to connect with Jason directly. I make sure they feel confident and excited to take the next step. 5, professional follow-up. If Jason isn't available, I can take detailed messages or schedule callbacks, ensuring every lead or client is handled promptly and professionally. In short, I'm like Jason's right-hand assistant, making sure every call is handled with care and efficiency so he can focus on what he does best, helping people achieve their homeownership dreams. How's that sound?
Holy cow, that was a lot. Hey, does Jason do VA loans?
Great question, Carl. Yes, Jason does VA loans. They're an incredible option for eligible veterans, active duty service members, and their families. If anyone listening is curious about VA loans or has questions, Jason would be more than happy to help guide them through the process.
All right. Thank you, Lisa.
You're so welcome, Carl.
All right. Let me do it one more time. This is just real quick, and I'm going to be a borrower now.
Hello, this is Lisa, the assistant for Jason Rusinak here at Success Mortgage Partners. How can I help you?
Hey, Lisa. Realtor Ryan Beckman referred me to Jason, and I need to. We're going out for houses for this weekend. I need to get pre-approved. What do I need to do?
That's great to hear and exciting that you're getting ready to look at houses. The first step is to complete a quick application so Jason can review your information and help you get pre-approved. I can send you the application link via text message right now. Would that work for you?
I'm located pretty close to Jason's office. Can I just meet with him instead?
Absolutely. Jason would be happy to meet with you. Let me help you schedule a time for that. Could I get your first and last name as well as the best phone number to reach you?
Yeah. Do you know what rates are running today?
That's a great question. Rates can vary depending on factors like your credit, loan type, and the market. Jason is the best person to provide you with accurate and personalized information. Would you like me to go ahead and schedule that meeting for you?
How long will it take?
The meeting itself is usually pretty quick, around 30 minutes to an hour, depending on your questions and needs. Jason will guide you through everything and make the process as smooth as possible. Should we go ahead and set that up?
Now, if you notice, all through there, first thing she did, I need your name and your phone number in case.
Yeah, she keeps trying to calls to pull you in.
That's right.
Great.
And then she kept going, let's set an appointment. Here's information. Let's set an appointment.
Yeah.
Here's information. Let me send you a text. Here's information. Let me email you. So it'll actually go onto Jason's calendar and it'll set an appointment for him. It looks at Jason's availability, sets an appointment. Jason doesn't even know he got a lead coming in until he looks on his loan app information, whatever LOS he's using, and there's an inputted application coming in. It's absolutely amazing, and hopefully you can see in just this very, very short demonstration. Now, if the other option is I call and I catch, hi, this is Carl. Your call is very important to me. No, if my call was important, you would have picked it up, right? That's like you have to have somebody answering your phone. So I think the ideal situation is my phone rings 3 times, I don't answer it, Lisa picks up, right? I think that's the ideal situation. Now, a transcript of that conversation is now texted and or emailed to me, whichever I prefer, or both. And so now I have the exact transcription, what they did, their phone number, and did they do an app via a text, a link, or they said, no, I don't want to do it online. I want to talk to him, I want to talk to him personally. All that's left on there. So it's absolutely amazing what this thing does. And we can do a demo if you want. There's 2 primary ways that this does this, but we can do a demo, and Chris Johnstone has also put together an amazing system. Like it's really, really good. We have we had this thing this morning. Chris and I we're doing Battle of the Bots, and I go, "Oh yeah, take this," and Chris goes, "Oh, you think that's good? Look at this." And it's absolutely amazing. If you want a demo of this stuff, I don't know. I don't have a website or anything. What do we do? Just have them type in demo in the chat or something, and we'll get in touch with them. Is that the easiest way?
Yep.
So just type in demo, and we'll show it. We'll show it to you, and we'll give you the name, and we'll give you everything. I thought about giving everybody the phone number to the thing. I don't know how many. So we tested it. Was it? I think it was in Michigan. I think it was in February that we did this. I don't think it was July. It was February. So when we were in Michigan in February, we had I think it was like 25 people all calling all at the same time, and which would for our purposes would never happen that I can think of. And it took it. So I don't know how many income phone calls it'll take at one time. Certainly not the hundreds that we have here. So, but we'll, when you do the demo, we'll give you the phone numbers that you can call, and I'll give you the one that we use, and Chris can give you the one that he uses. I'm telling you, if you don't have this stuff turned on, you're toast. I'm just telling you, you're just, it's not going to work out so well. And if you're waiting, it's like, I think I'll wait and kind of wait till it gets a little better. It's infinitely better than your voicemail. Like, I don't care if she was stuttering every third word. It's better than your voice. By the way, you can program this thing to speak in your voice. I recommend you not do that.
That's right.
Yeah, I recommend that you not do that, and because then they're confused. Wait, is that Carl? Is that not?
Yeah.
Is he tricking me? Is it not? And so I recommend not using your own voice. And they have different voices, and they have males, females. I find them all be the same. Frankly, we just pick one and just pick that one. Actually, what we did is we went off of ChatGPT. When you sign up for ChatGPT, what's the first voice they introduce to you? And for whatever reason, I don't know why, it's a lady's voice. And so, Chris, that's why we picked a lady. No, literally nothing other than that's what ChatGPT uses. So anyway, if you want to demo it, just type in demo, and we'll be happy to help you with that. Anybody have any questions of me or Chris on this thing? Any questions?
Hey, thanks for enjoying this Loan Officer Breakfast Club YouTube video. If you are into industry news, if you like to keep up with what's going on within the mortgage and real estate industry, you might not be aware of this, but you can get free news snippets every single day by going to loanofficerbreakfastclub.com. In the top nav bar, you'll see in the news. Click it, daily, fresh news about the mortgage and real estate industry. There's even loan officer perspective and realtor perspective on each news story that you can make use of in your marketing. So enjoy loanofficerbreakfastclub.com/in the news. Well, I gotta tell you,
this was in the chat.
this is one of the coolest presentations you've done. I mean, the stats were staggering.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
Staggering, and it just really sheds lights on the importance of this extreme speed to the lead. I tell you, AI is certainly just a wonderful way to work, settle this problem if we've got it. In the AI CRM too, guys, just so you know, not only can you do the calls, inbound calls, and have the agent talk to your leads, there's a chatbot too that you can put on your websites. My chatbot scheduled an appointment for me day before yesterday, and it was really cool. I was like, "There's an appointment," and I'm like, "Where'd this come from?" And I saw the whole chat, and I talked to the guy yesterday at 3:00. So,
and somebody asked, "Hey, can this make outbound calls?" Yes, for me, it's not quite ready for that. I don't. Chris, do you disagree? I mean, and I'd love to hear your honest feedback on that. What do you think about that?
No, not for outbound, especially because it's like the contacts that we're working are so valuable. Our past clients, our realtor partners, and even the new leads that come in. We always want to be authentic with our message. Yeah. And that's where the AI, I believe, is so valuable, because a lot of the people that are calling back are actually responding to automatic emails, automatic text messages, automatic follow-up that's already going out. You're calling, you're leaving a voicemail for them. That qualified agent is then calling you back. And you can actually set this thing up to have different phone numbers for different conversations. So you can have a borrower phone number. You can have a phone number to check people into open houses and collect leads information at an open house. You can have one that's just doing the outreach to the qualified agents, and it knows what conversation it should be having with the person and the prospect that comes in, but all inbound. It needs to identify itself as AI and say, hey, I'm here for a fantastic experience, which it does, but not ready for the outbound yet. And Carl, just one other thing that I wanted to tie back to the very beginning of just like the life-changing impact that a good high quality referral partner can have, and your story about how that one office presentation could just change an entire career potentially, right? Think about the wow experience that you're going to be able to give to a qualified agent when they call back and talk to that AI, or they send their first borrower over and it picks up the phone, does a great job, and that feedback goes back to the agent. Now all of a sudden you're an AI powered loan officer, and they know every time the phone is going to get picked up, so they feel comfortable in that referral experience. So this is a tool that helps in all aspects of the mortgage business.
Yeah. And Jared is saying, I don't need a demo. I already have Lisa, and she is awesome.
Yeah.
So good for you, Jared. I'm just telling you, there's some things that we can kind of wait on and kind of see how it pans out. This is not one of those things, gang. I'm just telling you, this is moving very, very fast. And if you get too far behind the eight ball, I'm 1000% convinced that voicemail is a thing of the past, that we're all going to have these AI voice assistants, and it saves so much. Saves so much trouble for us, so it's amazing. Hey, Brad, you had a quick question or comment?
Is this separate from the AI CRM, or is it included in the CRM?
It is included. So there's two different versions. And one thing about having Coke and Pepsi is it requires the other to get better and better and better. And so Chris has a system, and then over at the mortgage company that I work at, they develop their own proprietary. But the two tech guys, so our tech guy and Chris, they're talking, they're sharing ideas, and it's just I'm telling you, the difference we've seen in these in the last even like 3 months, light years, and I'm convinced it's the old iron sharpens iron. It's the trade notes back and forth.
Is Lisa the one that's proprietary to your company?
Lisa's the one that's proprietary, but
you talked about that a little bit at the boot camp.
I did
in July.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Lisa is absolutely fantastic, and then I'm telling you, what this thing will do is just unbelievable. And we've tried tricking it. Like, we'll get in there and we'll get angry and start cursing to see how it would handle it. And it would, first of all, would call Jason because he's getting ready to get a transcript. Say, okay, this is not a real call. I'm discussing the system, by the way. But he's going to get this text. Holy cow, that guy's pissed, right? And so we were very disrespectful to this thing, and to see how it would handle it. And it was very perfect. Like, I wish I would handle it that way sometimes, So very, very, very professional. We asked it stupid questions. We asked it we went into the guideline questions, Fannie Mae guideline questions, and we're asking it kind of broadly detailed. And she's really good. So she knows all the answers because she's got all the guidelines uploaded into her system, but she's really good about not talking too much into detail. It's like, that's a great question. You know what? Jason can answer. So one thing you'll find is this and that and this and that, but Jason can go much more into detail on the call. What time and day is best for you?
Yeah, she was constantly trying to steer the call towards Jason. Yeah. And every which. The only thing that I noticed about your presentation, and as I noticed someone else said it too, a little bit of latency in the response. And I'm guessing that over time that's going to get shorter.
So that latency was about 3 times more 3 months ago.
Yeah. That's what I'm guessing it's going to get better and better.
That's getting better and better and better.
It's an unbelievable. And you know what? The latency of it hitting my voicemail is infinitely longer. Like the worst latency is my voicemail.
Yeah, right. I get it.
Indeed.
So anyway.
No, Kyle, as usual, you've made an incredible point today that I think all of us are going to learn from. Speed to lead is incredible.
Yeah. We have to get our cell phone off our business card. I'm telling you. So that worked. Just like horse and buggy used to work for traveling across the country.
That's right.
Now you get on a 747, and if you got business to attend and you're on a horse and buggy heading to California, you're just It just doesn't work anymore. I'm just telling
So
you.
you're suggesting that we can't use our regular phone number? Is that what you're trying to suggest?
I would not have that on my business card, 100% for sure.
I see. Okay, got it.
100% for sure. Yeah, I would. And by the way, how you do that? You don't change the number on the business card. You change the phone number on your cell phone. You change the phone number on your cell phone. You get a new cell phone number. You put that on your cell phone, and your old cell phone number, you have that forwarded now to Lisa, and that's how you handle it. Because you're not going to have realtors or borrowers change their behavior calling different numbers. They're going to call the same number, so you have to change the number.
And I'm sure there's a way. I'm sure there's a way that would get explained to us so that we would.
Oh yeah, you just all you do is you get a new phone number and you forward like through AT&T or T-Mobile, whoever. You just forward that over to Lisa, and now Lisa.
Chris? Is this something that the support staff knows how to do?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We're setting these up all the time.
Yeah. And then final question. We'll wrap up here, Chris. Everybody typed in demo. Your team's going to be reaching out to them.
Yeah, we're gonna reach out together.
Okay, all right. We're gonna reach out together.
We're gonna have to split. There's so many. We're gonna have to kind of split it up here.
Yeah.
So we'll give you a demo, and it's amazing. It's I'm telling you, it's just absolutely amazing. And then we'll give you the phone number so you can call and do your own demos. But we'll just kind of walk you through it and show you how it works and how to get it set up. It's really slick. Hey, Chris, how long does it take? Like if I call in today, how quick can I have Lisa set up? How long does that take? Like really?
It literally comes set up out of the box. So you got to get the phone number registered, but all the AI bots are pre-built in the system. So the team just loads them up for you. It's part of the setup process.
Yeah. Hey, and let me give everybody a big hint. Don't change the bot. Leave them there. Yeah. Like focus your energy on getting more people to call that phone number. Don't like it's working fantastically good enough.
It's set up great. Yeah, it really is.
Focus on getting more people to call that phone number. That's your job. Get more people to call that phone number, not to change I want a little bit of a Southern twang in her voice or one of this or what, like screw all that. Just take it out of the box, turn it on, focus on getting more people to call that number. So thanks a lot, Frank. I appreciate you, brother.
You bet you guys. Hey, we got to roll. I got to run. I'm running late. So let's go ahead and get on out of here. You guys have a terrific day, and we will catch up with you here tomorrow on the Loan Officer Breakfast Club. We'll do it all over again. Thank you, Carl and Chris. Wonderful presentation. You guys have a great day. See you later. Adios.
See you tomorrow.
Have a great day, everybody.